On November 22nd, 2024, Disney officially made the announcement that Muppet Courtyard would be closing to make way for a new Monsters, Inc. land. That means the closure of Pizza Rizzo, Mama Melrose's Italian restaurant, and worst of all, Muppet Vision 3D. I absolutely adore this show, so I have a lot of complicated feelings about its upcoming removal. In this video, I'll be discussing all of those feelings, along with everything you need to know about what's coming soon to Hollywood studios. Let's start with what to expect in this new Monsters, Inc. land. Disney had already confirmed back at D23 that this land would be getting a family-suspended roller coaster themed to the Door Vault. Along with that, Disney just confirmed that this land will be home to a brand new show, which will take up the former Muppet Vision stage. While Disney did say this show would be brand new, there is some speculation that it could be a clone of Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor, with the concept art featuring a billboard of the attraction. However, nothing has been confirmed yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. Finally, Disney also confirmed that this land would feature shopping and dining, with Mama Melrose's Italian restaurant seemingly being transformed into Harryhausen's restaurant. Otherwise, not much else is known about this land, except that construction should be starting sometime in 2025. In addition to that new land, Disney also confirmed that Rock 'n' Roller Coaster will be rethemed to add the Muppets. With the controversy surrounding Aerosmith, it makes sense that Disney would want to retheme this attraction. Personally though, while the Electric Mayhem idea had been thrown around for a while, I never thought it was something that could actually happen. It's cool to see, but it's definitely a bit strange. I'll share more of my thoughts on that later though, but for now, let's look on the bright side of things. First off, it's great to see an actual Monsters, Inc. land finally being built. This is one of my favorite animated movies of all time, so seeing an entire theme land come to life based on the film is extremely exciting. The coaster should be a fun time, although I will admit that I think some people are overestimating it. Based on the model shown at D23, this coaster should be pretty short, rather than being this big e-ticket attraction like Cosmic Rewind. That's not to say it'll be bad, just that I doubt it'll be anything too crazy in the park's lineup. As for the show, as long as it's actually original, I think it could be a fun time. Ideally, we could see a full version of the iconic Put That Thing Back Where It Came From or So Help Me show from the original movie, although I'd be fine with anything that isn't just a clone of Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. That's not to say that Laugh Floor is bad, just that I feel like this land should have more original stuff in it instead of just clones. Along with that, I'm excited for all the new food options as well. A sushi restaurant at Hollywood Studios could be a huge deal, so I'm excited to see if Harryhausen's actually opens with the land. This park desperately needs more good food, so that would help things a lot there. The biggest positive with this new land though is that it actually adds capacity to the park. There was some fear that this land would only include the new roller coaster, which means they'd be replacing one attraction just to add another back. Now that we know this land also has a stage show, it means that the roller coaster will be adding a ton of capacity to the park. Hollywood Studios has desperately needed this, with some of the worst wait times at Walt Disney World. This new attraction should alleviate that pressure a bit, which in the end is a good thing. While I would have preferred that they just added this attraction to Animation Courtyard, I could see them saving that plot of land for something more exciting in the future. This Monsters, Inc. land doesn't seem to be a massive new addition, so it's possible they're saving that space for something they think could be much bigger. It's unclear what exactly that could be, but we'll have to wait and see. One final good thing about this news is that the Muppets won't be completely abandoned at this park. Retheming Rock 'n' Roller Coaster to the Muppets proves that Disney cares at least a little bit about the Muppets fan base. They could have easily taken out the Muppets out of Walt Disney World for good, but even this small gesture shows that they know how important this franchise is for people. That said, I'm still pretty upset about this decision for a variety of reasons. The first and most obvious of those reasons is that my favorite theme park show of all time is closing for good. Muppet Vision 3D is a truly special attraction. There's so much love poured into every corner of this ride that transforms it into so much more than your typical screen-based show. I'll be making a video on why I love this attraction so much in the near future, but needless to say that it's one of my favorite things in the entire world. I know I'm not alone in that feeling. If the internet's reaction is anything to go by, there's a huge fan base for this attraction. Not only that, but this show is the last piece of Muppet media that Jim Henson ever worked on, which makes it historically important to the franchise as well. I know Disney said that they would be trying to preserve this show, but I seriously doubt that they can do so in an effective way. The best way to recreate the show would be to move it somewhere else. However, at this point, I don't see them doing that. Ideally, it would have taken over Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, but now we know that there's a villain show opening there in 2025. It's possible they'll just replace that in the future, but I feel like the villain show will probably have a lifespan of at least 5 years. Sure, there's other places they could put it, but at this point, it's something I don't think they're interested in doing. I've been wrong before though, so we'll see. If I'm right though, I think what Disney will try to do is recreate the experience on Disney+. As I said before though, this show is so much more than what's on screen. While other screen-based shows like Shrek 4D and PhilharMagic could mostly be captured this way, Muppet Vision 3D has so many additional animatronics and effects that I can't imagine a Disney Plus version capturing the same magic. I guess in the end it's better than nothing, but it's certainly not the ideal solution. Another problem I have with this replacement is just how boring it is. This new Monsters Inc. land looks so similar to Muppet Courtyard. It's certainly the cheaper and easier option, rather than building it from the ground up somewhere else. It kind of feels lazy to me, with many of the same structures still existing in this land. It's a shame that Disney keeps doing these easy re-themes, like what they're doing with Tropical Americas at Animal Kingdom. It just makes things less exciting, because it's not like you're walking into this totally different area. You're just walking into the same area with different theming, and that kind of sucks. The whole thing is made even more painful by the fact that Animation Courtyard is sitting right there looking empty and ugly. Star Wars Launch Base still being around for years to come is honestly kind of pathetic, even if they are just waiting around for the next big thing to come. It's these areas that make this park feel incomplete, while Muppet Courtyard really wasn't doing anything wrong. Not only that, but I feel as though Muppet Vision could have stayed alongside this new land and not much would have changed. If you have this Monstropolis mini-land start back here instead, I don't see why Muppet Vision and Pizza Rizzo couldn't have stayed along with the new coaster. Unless they have an amazing idea for the stage show that they couldn't have done anywhere else, I don't see why this solution wouldn't have worked. Unfortunately, what's done is done, so I'll move on from that for now. One final thing I want to touch on though is Rock 'n' Roller Coaster. In my opinion, this does not make up for tearing down Muppet Vision. Muppet Vision was an attraction built from the ground up to be themed to the Muppets. Retheming Rock 'n' Roller Coaster, on the other hand, feels like a cheap and easy solution. It's a way to still have the Muppets in the park without putting in the effort to create an attraction from the ground up. Rock 'n' Roller Coaster doesn't really feel like a Muppet ride, no matter how much they retheme the queue and the ride itself. At the end of the day, it'll just be a roller coaster with some Muppet stickers slapped on it. I'm sure it'll be fun and all, but I doubt it'll reach the heights that Muppet Vision once did, and that's a real shame. All of this is to say that I'm really bummed about this. I want to stay optimistic and look towards the future, especially with how much I love Monsters Inc. At the same time, removing Muppet Vision takes away a lot of the joy I would be feeling with this new addition. I understand that sometimes old attractions have to go, and eventually Muppet Vision would have been replaced with something, but it's just a shame it had to happen so soon, especially when there's another plot of land that could have been used. In the meantime, I'll be sure to savor every moment I have left with this ride. It's a shame to see it go, but I'll make the most of it while it's here. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and check out this video ranking every ride at the Disneyland Resort. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.